Welcome to the Toilet Philosopher. You need to hear this if you're a fan of the weird and wonderful. I'm Alex, your guide through these bizarre laws. Get ready to have your minds blown because we are about to dive into a world of laws so strange, you'll be checking your toilet for loopholes. Buckle up because we're about to take a hilarious trip around the globe to uncover 10 of the most bizarre laws ever written. Let's dive in. Our first stop takes us to Mobile, Alabama, a city known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and, believe it or not, some rather unique laws. Here in Mobile, you better think twice before donning that priest costume for Halloween or any other occasion. That's right, in Mobile, it's actually against the law to impersonate a member of the clergy. This means no dressing up as a priest, pastor, rabbi, or any other religious figure, no matter how convincing or humorous your costume might be. So, forget about that convincing Father Time costume or that hilarious Sister Mary Sunshine getup. Even if it's all in good fun, the law takes this matter quite seriously. If you're caught posing as a religious leader, you could find yourself in some serious trouble. Imagine singing soprano in a jail cell because of your costume choice. This law is meant to protect the integrity and dignity of religious leaders and prevent any shenanigans or fraudulent activities that could harm the community or mislead people. So, if you're in Mobile and feeling the urge to deliver a rousing sermon, maybe stick to singing in the shower. It's a much safer option, and you won't risk breaking any laws, unless of course you happen to be an ordained member of the clergy. In that case, preach on, brother. Just make sure you have the credentials to back it up. Mobile is a city that loves its traditions and celebrations, from Mardi Gras to its historic landmarks. But when it comes to impersonating religious figures, it's best to leave that to the professionals. So, enjoy all that Mobile has to offer, but remember to respect its unique laws. After all, it's these quirks that make the city so fascinating and full of character. Next, we hop across the pond to the UK, where we encounter a law that's both morbid and utterly perplexing. Hold on to your monocles, folks, because in the hallowed halls of the UK Parliament, it is illegal to die. Yes, you heard me right. Dying in the Houses of Parliament is a big no-no, a breach of parliamentary decorum of the highest order. Now I know what you're thinking. How on earth does one enforce such a law? This law is one of those ancient, dusty relics that's more about tradition and symbolism than actual enforcement. So while you technically can't be prosecuted for kicking the bucket in Parliament, it's probably best to avoid it if you can. G'day mates, let's jet down under to Victoria, Australia, where we encounter a law that's sure to make you see the light, literally. In this part of the world, changing a light bulb is not for the faint of heart, or the unlicensed electrician for that matter. In Victoria, if you want to swap out that busted bulb for a shiny new one, you better have a licensed electrician on speed dial. Apparently, changing a light bulb is considered a high-voltage, high-stakes operation best left to the professionals. But hey, maybe there's a silver lining to this luminous legislation. Just think of all the job security it provides for electricians in Victoria. Hold on to your hats, everyone, because we're about to enter the pristine, bubblegum-free zone that is Singapore. In this island nation known for its cleanliness and order, chewing gum is not just frowned upon, it's outright banned. The government decided to crack down on gum chewing back in 1992, after realizing that discarded gum was becoming a real sticky situation for their famously clean streets. Apparently, no amount of anti-littering campaigns could deter people from sticking their used gum on sidewalks, under benches, and even on public transportation. So, the government took matters into their own hands and outlawed the chewy menace altogether. And you know what? It worked. Get ready to flash those pearly whites, everyone, because we're headed to Milan, Italy, where smiling isn't just encouraged, it's the law. Yes, you heard that right. In this vibrant city, a smile is more than just a friendly gesture, it's a legal requirement. Imagine walking through the bustling streets surrounded by historic landmarks and cheerful faces. It's like stepping into a world where happiness is mandatory. Well, almost all times. There are a few exceptions to this grin-inducing ordinance. According to the law, you're allowed to wipe that smile off your face if you're attending a funeral or visiting someone in the hospital. These are moments of solemnity and respect where even Milan's smile law takes a backseat to human emotions. Beyond those somber exceptions, it's all smiles all the time in Milan. Picture yourself strolling through the streets, greeted by friendly faces at every turn. The atmosphere is infectious and you can't help but feel uplifted. It's a city where positivity is woven into the very fabric of daily life. Now I know what you're thinking. How on earth do they enforce such a law? Do they have smile police patrolling the streets, ready to issue fines for frowns? The reality is a bit more nuanced. While the law exists, it's more of a cultural guideline than a strict legal mandate. Like many of the laws on our list, this one is more about Milan's culture and desire to project a positive, welcoming image to the world. It's a reflection of the city's spirit where joy and hospitality are paramount. Tourists and locals alike are encouraged to embrace this cheerful disposition, making Milan a uniquely happy place to visit. So, while you probably won't get arrested for having a bad day in Milan, it's always a good idea to keep that smile handy. After all, a smile can go a long way in making your experience in this beautiful city even more enjoyable. Remember to pack your best smile. Whether you're exploring the historic sites, indulging in delicious Italian cuisine, or simply soaking in the vibrant atmosphere, a smile will always be your best accessory in Milan. Get ready for a wild ride through the world of Swiss sanitation, everyone, because we're about to uncover a law that's both hilarious and a little bit inconvenient. In Switzerland, a country known for its precision and order, flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. is strictly verboten. If you're in an apartment building in Switzerland and nature calls after the clock strikes 10, you better have a backup plan. Apparently the Swiss take their sleep very seriously, and the sound of a flushing toilet in the dead of night is considered a major disturbance. So, if you're planning a trip to Switzerland, remember to pack your patience and maybe a good book. Hold on to your paintbrushes, everyone, because we're about to uncover a law that's both baffling and a little bit hilarious. In Alberta, Canada, painting a wooden ladder is a criminal offense. You heard me right, folks. Apparently, painting a wooden ladder is considered a safety hazard, as it can hide any cracks, splits, or other signs of wear and tear. Now, I can appreciate the importance of ladder safety, but a law against painting them? It seems a bit extreme, don't you think? So, if you're ever in Alberta and feel the urge to give your wooden ladder a makeover, maybe stick to a good sanding and a coat of varnish. Fasten your fitness trackers, everyone, because we're about to explore a law that's both health-conscious and a little bit controversial. In Japan, being overweight is not just discouraged, it's against the law. In 2008, Japan implemented the Metabo Law, which sets waistline limits for adults and requires companies and local governments to encourage healthy eating habits and exercise. The goal? To combat obesity and promote a healthier society. Under this law, companies and local governments measure the waistlines of their employees and residents aged 40 to 74. Those who exceed the government-set limits are given dietary and exercise guidance and are strongly encouraged to slim down. So if you're planning a trip to Japan, pack your walking shoes and maybe lay off the ramen noodles. Hold on to your berets, everyone, because we're about to delve into a law that's both hilarious and a little bit baffling. You might think you've heard it all when it comes to strange laws, but this one takes the cake, or should we say, the croissant. In France, naming your pig Napoleon is strictly prohibited. That's right, folks. You heard it correctly. No matter how cute or regal your pig might seem, calling it Napoleon is a big no-no. This law, dating back to the 19th century, was enacted to protect the legacy and honor of none other than Napoleon Bonaparte, the famed French military leader and emperor. Napoleon, who led France to numerous victories and left an indelible mark on European history, is a figure of immense pride for the French. Apparently, the French government decided that bestowing the name Napoleon upon a pig was an insult of the highest order. They believed that such a name for a pig would be disrespectful to the memory of their great leader. So they passed a law forbidding it, ensuring that Napoleon's name would forever be associated with glory, conquest, and, well, not pigs. This law is a testament to how seriously the French take their historical figures and their legacies. So if you're ever in France and decide to adopt a pet pig, maybe stick to names like Pierre, Jacques, or maybe even Babette. After all, you wouldn't want to get into trouble over something as simple as a name. It's always best to respect the local customs and laws, no matter how quirky they might seem. And who knows, your pig might just appreciate a name that's uniquely its own. Hold on to your steering wheels, everyone, because we're about to navigate a law that's both practical and a little bit nerve-wracking. In Germany, running out of fuel on the Autobahn is a big no-no. That's right, folks. In Germany, if you're caught cruising down the Autobahn with your fuel gauge flirting with empty, you could be slapped with a hefty fine. running out of fuel on the Autobahn isn't just an inconvenience, it's considered a safety hazard. So, to prevent such scenarios, the German government decided to make running out of fuel on the Autobahn illegal. So, if you're planning a road trip through Germany, remember to keep that gas tank topped up. And there you have it, folks, 10 of the most bizarre and entertaining laws from around the globe. From Alabama to Australia, we've explored the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and most importantly, stay legal.